all, and welcome to the Video Game Choo Choo podcast. I'm John. I'm talking on the podcast in front of it. I'm, driving the train. And this week we have two fine friends that are joining us today. We have Solon.
Hello. You can find me. I'm in the caboose.
And Rose. Rose, where are you on the train?
I'm just sitting in a passenger seat. I'm just relaxing.
Hey, are you all vibing?
Yeah.
Or are you just stranding?
Vibing, not stranding at all. I don't want to make the bridges like they do over there.
I think I'm stranding, maybe? I think there's some... I don't know. There's just some there's some strands going on. I feel like I'm building bridges by recording this podcast.
Yeah. I'm glad we also have the whole choo choo covered.
Stopping for a second there because LA Beast did just tweet back at me.
Oh wait, okay, sorry,
sucks.
LA Beast tweeted back at you.
He did completely ignore my question, but that's fine.
What? Wait, sorry, what happened? What just happened? Wait, why is LA Beast tweeting at you, John Machonsky?
He tweeted a picture of him playing Mario All-Stars on his Super Nintendo, and you could kind of see some of the games that he has.
What did you tweet at him?
I asked him what other games he has. You know, I was like, Beast, what games do you have? And one of the games that I saw in there, because I zoomed in to see what games he had. I saw he had Ken Griffey.
On a picture he took?
Yeah. And one of the games is Ken Griffey Jr. Presents Major League Baseball, which is a classic game.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
And so, I was like, Beast, what games do you have? I can see you got Ken Griffey. That's a great game. And he just responded with, oh, I just played Ken Griffey Jr. Like, he didn't answer my question. I'm not gonna be like, dog. Okay, what?
Send back to him. Tell him, damn, bro, that's a classic.
Maybe later.
Come on,
when we're not recording. But yeah, I just saw that and I was just like, he didn't read anything I said. He just saw the words Ken Griffey Jr. and he was like, "Oh, that's what I'm playing." Like, just his brain shut off. Oh boy.
As all of ours do.
I apologize.
When old Ken gets brought up.
I feel ya. That's a good game.
I mean, what else could the LA Beast have? Like, there's other games, of course, but dude's gonna be playing Ken Griffey All-Star. That's the LA Beast game to play.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's got some NES games there.
Maybe NBA Jam.
Yeah, definitely. NBA Jam's a classic as well. He had a Super Game Boy. I saw he had one of those Super Game Boy cartridges, which I was not expecting of the LA Beast, but that's good.
What sports games would he be playing with the Game Boy cartridge? Out of the Game Boy.
I don't think I couldn't think of any good sports games for the Game Boy.
I guess just the NES ports.
Yeah, there's pretty okay NES sports games. I feel like sports games didn't get really classic until the Super Nintendo, because it's Ken Griffey Jr. There's all those really good NHL games. Well, there's Tecmo Bowl on NES. He probably plays Tecmo Bowl.
Blades of Steel.
Maybe. But, all those NHL games on Super Nintendo are really, really good. You play those over anything else. NHL is very good on Super Nintendo.
The Siskel and Ebert played Tecmo Bowl, so that's how you know that it's pretty good.
It is good.
Before that they declared that video games are not art?
Well, they did that after they had to play with the, you remember the thing for was it the Dreamcast? No, I don't, Sega CD, Saturn? I think it was the Saturn, where you put a ring down on the floor and you stood in it and you had to do stuff.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Wii Ring Fit Adventures?
No.
I don't know what this is. That sounds incredible.
It was in the mid-90s. It was it was for Sega something, and they used it for a boxing game. I watched Siskel and Ebert play it, and they fucking hated it. Oh. And that's, I think, what really tipped them over the edge to say that they could never be art. And I honestly agree. If I had to do that, I would probably hate video games too.
Yeah, I remember there's the AVGN episode where he was just like fucking around with all the Sega peripherals, and I think he like beat the shit out of Keith Apicary while using that. So
It sucks ass.
yeah, it does.
Sakata Sanshiro deserves better than
He does.
Ebert and Roper, Siskel and Ebert.
So yeah, I don't know if that conversation built more bridges or maybe we are now more stranded. I don't know.
From LA Beast or from Siskel and Ebert?
Both, I guess.
Oh. I feel pretty stranded from Siskel and Ebert ever since both of them passed. I don't know what I can do now.
Little hard to connect, I guess.
Now you joke, but we're gonna be talking a lot about Death Stranding today, and I'm not sure that you couldn't in the Death Stranding universe just like hang out
Yeah.
with people who have passed.
I don't know shit about fucking Death Stranding.
What do you mean you don't? We watched it for like 2.5 hours last night.
Yeah, and I don't know anything about it. So Death Stranding came out. We were recording on the day of release. I did not pick it up. Did either of you pick it up?
No.
Yeah, I got feelings about that, and I'm gonna explain it later. But no, not yet.
I can explain my feelings right now. Kojima is a noted misogynist, and sometimes I can't mess with that.
That's
Fair.
completely valid reason. Should be all of our reasons, but I'm too weak sometimes.
I don't know, it's fine. It's like, it's the type of thing where, hey, I really like MGS5 and MGS2 and MGS3. MGS3 isn't that misogynist, though. Mostly because the co-writer actually at least liked some of the women in it.
Yeah, but
But,
then
yeah.
Eve gets impaled and has to spend the entire last act getting lugged
Yeah.
around by you, even though she's
But
way stronger than that.
Still better than MGS5.
Absolutely.
To be honest with you. Because, like, it's just like... And, like, I love MGS5, but it just gets worse throughout that game. Even as someone who likes quiet, it's like... And I could put up with it because of all the other parts of that game, but now it's just, like, seeing him get progressively more and more unhinged in, like, what he can do and unrestrained by, like, anything I don't think it's a good thing, because
Right.
It's worrying. It's absolutely worrying.
Hey, Eve did like a backflip off of someone's face with a bike,
Yeah.
right? I'm not misremembering that.
Ocelot's
Off of
face.
Ocelot's face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the boss was cool. And it's just like... And then, like, you get to MGS4 and all the woman stuff in that is... And then you get to MGS5 and, yeah. And then he starts thinking that he should do multiple things about sexual assault, and you're like,
Yeah. Oof. So you're seeing all of that as like, all right, this is the most power he's ever gotten over a video game.
Yeah.
And that slippery slope seems very palpable now, more than ever.
Yeah. Yeah, especially, like, yeah. Just seeing, like, him put, like, Norman Reedus, Guillermo del Toro, and Mads Mikkelsen all in it.
And Monster Energy drinks.
And Monster Energy drinks, and
This is for
knowing...
very specific people.
Seeing that the two women characters are named Fragile and Mama, and knowing
Yeah.
what the babies are, I don't...
I mean, I can tell you, in the first 2.5 hours of the game, we don't meet Mama. You do meet Fragile. There were two
You
women.
see Mama for a second.
There is that Mama? I don't know who. I guess
When you make that first delivery, there was like the hologram of the ladies like just like good job, Sam. Like that's Mama.
Oh.
Yeah, she from what I have heard, I think she's just basically like gives you your upgrades and shit. She's like the tech person.
Okay, so then there's 3 women at the beginning, and then immediately there's 2 women. Because you gotta fridge mom right away. Ugh.
Oh boy, that game. Yeah, I mean, so it came out. We ended up just kind of hanging out and watching Scott play it because Scott bought it. Scott played a bit of it. That game looks real dumb. Some of it seems dumb in a fun way, like like you're just trudging along, and the like there's all these like things with capital letters in them, like like proper nouns. like, oh, the BTs are around. We have to get someone who has dooms to sense them. And then if Sam dies, he like I don't remember.
He goes to
what it
the
was,
beach
but, like,
and
he
gets
goes to the beach.
restranded
But then if he
or
finds his
something.
body, he can come back. He's like what? It was like not a returner. It was something that started with an R. But he can't die.
Recombobulator or something.
Yeah, like if he dies, he can come back.
He's got to follow the
But
strand to get back to real life.
yeah,
And then he sees Mads Mikkelsen for a split second through BB's eyes, and that it's
yeah.
it's the way it goes.
A lot of proper nouns in this game, and that part is fun. That part is funny. And then you're just like walking around with items on your back and delivering packages.
Yep, just doing the Amazon on foot, delivering package to package all over the world, all over America, literally just the country of America.
I will say, I think the number one thing that I took from that game is that I do not remember the man's name who plays him, but Die Hard Man has one of the nicest voices I have ever heard. He is just like, I want him to just like do audiobooks, and I will listen to so much more, like so many more books if Die Hard Man's voice actor.
Yeah, that is portrayed by
shit.
Tommy Earl Jenkins.
Tommy Earl Jenkins, Mr. Jenkins, you have a fantastic voice
And a
Please
beautiful
do more
headshot.
stuff. Yeah, it's just a cool dude, and Die Hard Man honestly is just a pretty cool looking character. Like, his mask is cool. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's hard to say because I haven't actually put my hands on it. But just watching Scott play it was interesting. I do want to play it because I feel like I still consider myself a quote unquote Kojima fan. I still like a lot of his games. I like Metal Gear a whole lot. And I mean, obviously I am very aware and I do not approve of the negative aspects of them. But also I enjoy the positives a whole lot. I just like this game coming out when it did, like between Luigi's Mansion and Pokemon, it was just like Luigi's Mansion is something that I also really, really adore, and also Pokemon is fucking Pokemon. So I had my priorities.
So, yeah, I love everything that I saw in the first 2.5 hours. Just in so much that it was the pacing was really good compared to a lot of more movie centric, film centric. Like, hey, just watch a cutscene for an hour while we ingratiate you to the thing, and then we'll just dump you into tutorial world for 3 hours, and then we'll show you another 2-hour movie. Like, this was like, you get 20 minutes of getting into the scene, the setting, and then a little bit of tutorial. You deliver your first little tiny package, and then you get like an hour or so of like, here's what's really going on though. And then you get your first mission. And then over the course of more time, you start getting more and more like details to the world around you after you get the initial proper noun dump. But the things that stood out to me was this is a game that is about pacing, in that you have calm, controlled sections that are punctuated by frantic, horrifying, like just moments of unease, unrest, anxiety, then goes right back to normal. And you are rolling over this wilderness, and then suddenly BTs show up. They're invisible, you can't see them, and now you are in an escape sequence that you have to get out of, and you have to...
Do not know what BT stands for yet. At least I don't remember.
Boys to Men.
Big BTS.
That's every time I see BTs and it's pluralized, I'm like, oh yeah, some K-pop, great. Shout out to the BTS Nation.
They're good. Fucking Sam Bridges is running away from them because if he stops, they're gonna show him a bunch of weird gifs in unrelated Twitter tweets.
Yeah, they're just
Like,
stands.
Like, why are you posting a 3-minute video of this person dancing while you're talking about like food shortages? Leave me alone.
A completely invisible fan base that looks gargantuan mammoth and could at any moment just enrapture you, take you away, and send you into the sky heavens forever.
Yeah, we're gonna see hashtag Sam Bridges is over party a couple of days from now. We're just gonna be like, oh fuck, he's dead.
He's
That's
gone.
it. They killed him.
BTs
They got
took him.
They got him. Rose, have you seen any Death Stranding stuff? How are you feeling?
Everything I've heard about it makes me think either people are lying about it and it's actually good, or that it's really bad, actually.
The
No.
the L2 button, all it does, as far as I know from these first hours, is moves your arm from your side to your backpack strap.
I mean, same with R2. Like, all it is you just grab your backpack strap to make sure you don't fall over.
Yep, and
Alright,
if you tap those buttons a bunch, he'll just like raise his arms excitedly over and over and over, and you can make him do the little dance that He-Man does in the He-Man Flash animation, where he like pumps his fist a couple times before he goes into his dance moves.
You see, it's a better button thing. Like, see, normally I'd be sold on that, but I was, my eyes were opened to the best possible button prompt with the Neo 2 beta recently. You just press R2 and you can hold it at any times and your horns come out. So you're like an Oni person. You just have your horns come
That's
out.
incredible!
Yeah.
That is really good. A horns
I guess
button
we
is
can go
good.
into that, Rose. Did you? How you feeling about Neo 2? You played the open beta of that, right?
Yeah. Feel pretty much the same that I did before. I think this is more like the early Neo 1 alpha and betas where they just start you off at the beginning of the game instead of what I was playing where you were started off with like nothing but like they curated the environment in such a way that it was like this level is like very obviously like a like early mid game level where like you'll get access to a lot of things quicker. And I think in that regard, I think maybe they should have let you play with some more tools earlier because it's definitely much more slower pace. It feels more like Neo 1 than the Neo 2 beta did, but it's not like bad or anything. It's just a little harder. I was a little frustrated because they added like a much easier co-op mode that doesn't require any currency or anything. You know how those Dark Souls games work where they make you do some currency to do co-op, which I've always hated. But they added a new one that doesn't use it, but I couldn't get it to work for some reason. With anyone that I knew, I could do it with random people, but anytime I tried to do the like friends or secret word thing, I couldn't connect with anyone.
Is it like something where you put out a secret word and they put it out and then that's how you connect?
Yeah.
Oh, that's neat.
But it wasn't working, so I don't know. I tried it with like 3 different people and it wasn't working, so I don't know what's up with that, but it's a demo. It's a beta. It's still, actually, by the time this comes out, it'll be over, so I can't say go play it, but it's nice. It had the full character creator now. So you can make, like, a lot of it's surprisingly robust. They even let you do stuff like make a femme body style character and then put, like, facial hair on them and stuff.
Yay.
There's no like restrictions in that regard. It seems good. I'm
What
excited.
weapon were you using in the demo?
I was using all of them honestly, but
Anyone that stuck out to you?
I used the dual blades for the first time, which are just 2 swords, and it's really fast. But I also used the new weapon they're putting in Neo 2, which is the switch glaive. It's a
Is that a Monster Hunter thing?
No, it sounds like it though, doesn't it? Because there's a switch axe in Monster Hunter. It's a glaive that, like, depending on what stance you're in, is a different weapon. Like, low stance, it's like the saw cleaver from Bloodborne. Mid stance, it's just a spear. And then high stance, it's a scythe.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, this is sick.
It's pretty fun. I wish it was a little more, like, fluid, like some of the other weapons are, because by setting it up, but according to the stances, it means that like if say you really want to use the scythe, you can't just use the scythe. You know, like you won't be able to do a lot with it.
You're supposed to switch between the different stances to use the...
Yeah. And since they're such different weapons, it can be kind of annoying.
So you have this scythe, and you have a button that you can just press to pull horns out.
Yeah. Well, when you press that button, so you can press that button, and then you can press another button to do something, it's the blue magic stuff I talked about before, where it's just every time you kill any of the enemies in the game, they drop a spell. I mean, I say blue magic, also like Castlevania stuff. Like the Soma games. Where you just get their signature move of that monster or whatever, and you can have two at any time, and you do it like the first one you get in the beta is you turn into a goddamn monkey and jump into the air and throw a spear. Like it's fun, and I bet the stuff that they do with that going forward will be pretty fun. Like the first boss was a badger with swords attached to its limbs, and it just spun around.
That sounds literally like one of the monsters that my middle schoolers made for their game.
It's sick as hell.
Sick as hell.
Yeah, so you can just summon like 4 of those just to come out of you or whatever, and they do the spinny thing, and that's pretty fun. Yeah, it's just fun. It's a good game, I think.
God, that reminds me that my middle schoolers, for the games that they designed today, one of the lines that they wrote was, "Oh, did I mention that your feet are knives and you have knife feet? And so the hill that you are walking on now, you sink into it, but it's not actually a hill, it's a giant person who says, 'Ow!'" And I was like, holy shit.
The next Kojima.
There he is.
All right. Well, there you go.
I'm excited for Neo 2. I really am.
Yeah.
I want it to pop off real big so that we can talk about more than just Bloodborne all the time.
Yeah.
I want there to be Bloodborne and Neo 2 that we can...
Yeah, I'm glad that they're not doing any more Dark Souls games, because I'm tired of hearing about Dark Souls all the time, even though I am want to talk a lot about Dark Souls.
I mean, Elden Ring is just gonna be fucking Dark Souls. Like,
and will it? It has horses you ride.
Are you sure about that, or is that just
They
just
said
something that came
that.
up?
Does Death Stranding have horses in it? I know it's got the bike. And I know
can't
there shouldn't
imagine
be
it
any,
if
like...
all the horses
right?
are dead.
They should be all dead, but also I wouldn't be surprised if you could just find a horse in it and make it poop.
They got rained on by the magic rain that makes you old, and all the horses just got real old.
There's magic old rain. The entire game is like... there's so many parts of this game that make it feel like completely normal, aside from the post-apocalyptic setting, and then just like something will happen in a cutscene that just makes you go, what? And so like...
Yeah, it's all the fucking proper nouns, like that shit. It's the time fall. It's not rain, it's time fall.
Well, it's not even that, but like... I'll be watching these cutscenes and literally nothing is happening. They're like panning over fucking cans of Monster on a table or something, and then like a little pink thing will just like float through the front of the camera, and it'll like focus on it for a second and then focus on whatever's in the background. Like every second of this is packed with something that means something, but not anything to me yet because I haven't watched enough. It's enrapturing. Also sometimes way too much all the time. So nothing is happening, but then also like all of this is supposed to be like foreshadowing and metaphors for the future. I'm sorry, we're gonna keep coming back to this like all episode. He wears fucking handcuffs that are his like wristwatch and like Super Spy Kids watch that does everything but tell time. They're handcuffs.
He's always on that damn phone.
Yup. It's so simple, but I don't know how to like unpack it because I just want to dismiss it outright and just be like, bro, your phone is handcuffs because you're handcuffed to your phone all the time. But also I want to be like, yeah, but that's also fucking cool. It's Norman Reedus and he's so pretty and he's taking his clothes off because someone out there's looking out for me, and then he's got handcuffs on, and that's like literally the only thing he's wearing, and that's cool as shit. I gotta unpack some things. What else been going on?
We all do.
What else been going on this week?
I finished Luigi's Mansion 3.
There's no metaphors there. That's perfect.
Yeah.
How did that end?
It's just Luigi.
Yep.
And a hotel.
Yep.
And he's fucking it up.
Wait, it's not even a mansion?
It's not a mansion in this one, it's a hotel.
Why even call it that? Why not call it Luigi's Hotel?
Because that doesn't have the name association.
Also, isn't there already Mario Hotel or something?
No, that's Hotel Mario. It's a very different game.
Honestly, that might also be part of it. I bet they sat down and they were like, why don't we call this Hotel Luigi? And then they were like, we can't do, if we did that, there will be consequences. And one of those consequences would be me, John. So, no, it was good all the way through. It was fantastic. I think Luigi's Mansion 3 should be considered one of those, like, essential Switch games that everyone should get if they have the means, of course.
Really?
Yeah, like, it's up there with Mario Odyssey, it's up there with, like, Xenoblade and Smash and Breath of the Wild and all that, like, all those, like, big games that everyone should pick up,
It sounds like it's rising to the echelon of first-party Switch titles specifically.
Well, yeah, because of course there's like third-party games that we should talk about and that are, that I'm not saying, but like I'm saying like specifically the first-party Nintendo games that are like the big ones that everyone loves. Like it's up there in my.
That's
opinion.
really great because, I mean, Luigi's Mansion 2, Dark World or Dark Moon.
Dark Moon. It's a bad game.
Didn't get there.
I wouldn't go so far as to say it's a bad game.
I would.
It is disappointing. It is very disappointing compared to original Luigi's Mansion, and I think 3 is like 3 the two bad things I would say about 3, and one of them isn't like fully bad. It's just more like of course they wouldn't do that. Is that like it doesn't have the atmosphere of 1, so it doesn't have that like little tiny bit of spookiness that really made Luigi's Mansion this like interesting thing where it was like, wow, they're actually like it's not like a full on horror game, but like there's a lot of darkness in this game. There's like a couple of like not full on jump scares, but like there's some shit that happens in this game, and it's like it's interesting. The ghosts talk to you, and then in 3 it's like there's lights on in every room, and one ghost out of all of the ghosts talk to you. Well, 2 actually technically.
Ooh, yeah, that's bleak.
And the rest of it is just them like making like simlish noises basically, and it's like people are trying to be like, oh well, we just remember Luigi Mansion 1 more fondly because this is the nostalgia, and it's like, no, I do because they actually like put effort into like humanizing the ghosts, and that made it like a little scarier. Like all of these people died in this mansion. Mm-hmm. That's like. It's not like full on like, oh, but it's something. And then in this one, it just kind of feels like they're all just like these themed funny ghosts that don't actually mean anything, and it's just like whatever.
What was your favorite ghost?
Definitely the one ghost that talked, which was the director ghost. There is a level where you go in and there is a like. When you walk in, there's just like this director ghost, the movie director ghost, and he's crying because he doesn't have his like megaphone. And so you go through this like pretty convoluted puzzle of trying to find his megaphone, and when you get it, you bring it to him. He's like, you're classically handsome. You should be in a movie for me.
Aww.
And you film a like monster movie where Luigi fights a like Godzilla pastiche, and it's super adorable. And when you're done, he actually leaves and starts to edit the movie, and you can actually pick if you want to capture him or not.
Oh, really?
If you just leave him be, then he'll just make the movie. But if you capture him, then he's captured. And I just captured him because, But
how dare you interrupt the editing process? It is such a sacred art.
I just. Honestly, I didn't know it was gonna work because like for example, Polterpup, you can't suck Polterpup up, so I kind of just thought like it would just like kind of like like it just bother him or something while he was editing. But like I just walked over and I started sucking him up, and he had like no health, so he just like immediately got sucked up, and I was just like, well, all right. And like there are like little achievements that in the game that you get sometimes, and it just said like you sucked up the director ghost, and I was like, oh, I feel bad.
Wow. Yeah, no, I destroyed an entire town yesterday in the Outer Worlds, but like you're the real monster here. You could have just let him edit the movie, and then at the end of the game, you would have had a movie you could watch of you beating up Godzilla. But you're more monstrous than fake Luigi's Mansion Godzilla.
I guess I am. I'm very sorry. Maybe if I replay it, I'll let him go that time.
I've actually seen that boss fight, and it's really cool. You have to the Godzilla dragon monster shoots a really, really slow fireball at you, and you have to use the vacuum.
To blow it back at it.
You can blow it backwards at him, or if you're like who I was watching, shout out to Mikey P. If you were like the boozing planeswalkers, you can not think of that and instead try to use the vacuum to suck the fireball up and go walk it all the way around in a giant circle to try to send it back at him. Technically
that
works.
That reminds me of when I first played Metal Gear Rising. I couldn't figure out how to fight Sundowner. I didn't put two and two together to like chop up his sword. So what I ended up doing for that boss fight, I swear to God, I just did the ninja run and just like did the ninja run slash at him, and it like chipped away like 0.1% damage every time I would hit him. It took me like an hour to beat him, but I did it. That's how fucking stupid I was. I just remember I like never figured out how to do it, and I think eventually I watched the Chip and Ironicus Let's Play, and Chip did that, and I was just like, oh. That is like my greatest gaming shame, and you all know it now, so you can all laugh at me.
I'm trying to think if I had any other like wrong ways that I did stuff that ended up working anyways.
I would not say that the way I did that worked. I would say that it there was a means to an end, but that was not correct. But yeah, no, I'll adore Luigi's Mansion 3. I highly recommend it. It's very good. I'm definitely going to keep it, and it might be like a Halloween like return to this game thing in a couple of years.
That's amazing. I'm looking it up now, and Luigi's Mansion was 18 years ago. It was 2001.
Yeah. GameCube launch game.
It did launch with the GameCube.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm trying to remember it because I feel like a lot of things launched with the GameCube, or was it just Luigi's Mansion? There was because
Super Mario Sunshine was pretty quick after, at least.
Okay.
I know.
Just like franchises that started on the GameCube, because there's Pikmin.
That's what I was going to say.
Mansion, Chibi Robo, technically.
Eternal Darkness.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not like a...
I wish it was.
With how fucking what's his name is, I would say...
Okay, you're right, probably.
Yeah.
It is exactly where it deserves to be.
Yeah.
A hallowed game.
Like if literally, not literally anyone, but if someone else picked up Eternal Darkness and made another one like that wasn't fucking... God,
The Silicon Knights guy?
Yeah.
Wait, you don't like Too Human?
I like the Giant Bomb video about Too Human, but that's it. But no, there you go. That is the video game that I was playing lately. Solon, what else are you getting up to? What are you playing lately?
You know, when anyone dies in Death Stranding, they turn into a nuke, and they like explode in a giant radius, and it's still just like, it's still running through my head that they're trying to keep people from dying in that entire game, which seems like such a futile effort. And somehow, the only way they've found out to keep people from going giant megaton explosion is by burning their corpses. So, from what I'm understanding, just somewhere along the line during this horrible apocalyptic event that was happening, they must have like been like, oh, well, in this place where there's a lot of cremated dead people, there were not as many explosions. So I guess byproduct of elimination. I guess that's the way. So like I don't know. Is that like a Catholic thing to be cremated or something? They find just like, oh, in the Catholic countries, there's less megaton explosions currently happening. I'm sorry. I'm just still stuck on this game.
It's fucking crazy.
Every single inch of it is supposed to be like this big, deep metaphor. And, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But just the idea of running through sludge and how they kind of gamify this very essential nightmare in a way that I haven't seen. I guess the only thing that I can think of that really comes close to that is like Amnesia Dark Descent, when you're also fleeing from an invisible monster in the fish room through like ankle deep water, and it's kind of this spooky moment. That was really good there. But here it's just a thing that happens all the time. It's like, oh, my worst nightmare where I'm now walking through sludge and can't move at all, and I'm watching my Zelda Breath of the Wild Skyward Sword stamina meter slowly going down, and then it hits bottom, and then now my health meter starts going down, and so I actually secretly have a second stamina meter technically. God, that game is... there are parts of it I really, really like. I don't know if I'm going to play it, though. I don't know. I've been playing a lot of other video games, and Pokemon Sword and Shield is coming out next week, so I've been pushing through Outer Worlds as much as I can. Outer Worlds is still great. I actually don't have anything more to say after last week. I'm just having a great time in the world, and anytime I get to talk to someone, it's awesome. I made a robot this week, and the robot talks to me, and they're like, they talk in entirely corporate sentences, like, oh God. I don't even have an example, a really good example, but like everything they say is like, my programming deems me to go do this thing. And they try to like turn this like my programming phrase into the character's actions, which doesn't turn into a personality. Like this robot has no personality at all. It's just a robot that is meant to clean. And when it cleans, that usually means murder is happening. And that's part of the joke. But then you have a second companion with you all the time, and that second companion puts themselves onto the robot. Like they reflect their own personality into the robot. And so anytime the robot says something, like your second companion will like retort back, and they'll start having conversations together. And it's just really weird how they like intentionally humanize your robot companion that you can make. In the exact same way that happens with like the Boston Dynamics robots and stuff.
Is it as good as the robot from Fallout New Vegas, though, that's a floating orb that plays the radio?
Oh, can you actually like have that as a companion, as those radio orbs?
Yeah,
That's
you get one. It's named Eddie.
Aww.
And yeah.
I don't know if it's as good or better in any way, but there was a moment when I had the mechanic Parvati with me, and the robot was just like, "You are unauthorized to clean my wheels," and Parvati was like, "What the hell? What?" And then the robot turns around and is like, "Would you like to be the chief engineer and clean me?" And it was like this like really weird but like nice moment where it's like, "Oh, they've now become friends." And she was like, "Yeah, I would love to be your chief engineer. Let me clean you up." And then he was like, "Oh, thank you. I need this really badly." I don't know. It's nice. It's a very nice game. So that's what I've been up to literally all week when I haven't been playing Final Fantasy XII. I'm back. I'm back in the Final Fantasy zone. We're going to play every Final Fantasy this year, and I've got like a month left, and then 2 months before FF7 Remake comes out, we're going to make it. And this month is FF12.
Well, on the bright side, the FF13 might be long, but Lightning Returns and 13.2 are not, so...
Okay, good, because we are absolutely skipping 13.
Okay.
We're going straight to... We're prioritizing 2 and or Lightning Returns.
Yeah, it's easily way longer than the other two.
13 is really long and was one of our least favorite until we beats ever, just because
it's really long.
There's nothing that serves that game playing it in one sitting.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
But Final Fantasy 12, oh lord, this is my game. This is out of all the games that we've played for Until We Beat. Other people have had other games that are like their favorite Final Fantasy, and so they've run it. They're like, all right, I'm doing 8, I'm doing 9. This one's my game. I've got this. Well, now it's time for Final Fantasy 12, which is my game. I get to run this one, and so I've been spending the last week, and I'm going to spend the next week before Pokemon comes out, learning essentially speedrun strategies and ways in which to break the game. And so this week I started doing what are called Dustia Loops. Dustia Loops are where you kill a rare spawn in the game, but unkill it over and over and over until you are at whatever level you want to be, and you can do it from level 1 to level 99. You can just spend your entire leveling process doing these Dustia Loops with every character in the game if you want to. It's just a rare ghost spawn that you can kill with a single Phoenix down. And if you leave the zone, the moment that you kill it, when you come back, it'll still be there. There's only supposed to be one in the game, but it can spawn right next to the zone where you like enter the zone, and then you can leave it immediately. And so you can just do this over and over. You can loop this over and over as long as you have Phoenix downs, and you get tons of not only experience points, but also license points that lets you gain new abilities and get new equipment. And also it drops things that are extremely expensive because you're supposed to only kill it once, and it's supposed to only have a 5% drop rate, but if you kill it over and over, you just get tons of cash. So it's a really fun loop to do. It's a really fun exploit because like it involves all of the combat mechanics at once. You have like 5 seconds, a nice big chunky window to hit this Phoenix down, and doing that you have to not only hit the enemy with it, but if you hit your allies with it, because they all have to be dead for this monster to summon, and you have to be at 10% HP for this monster to summon. So all of these things work together to make this like beautiful loop happen. That's just an exploit for 12 that has been around since the original release, and now with Final Fantasy 12, the Zodiac Age having the like 4 times faster speed up move, now it's just faster. You can just do all of this as much as you want at quadruple the speed. And so, yeah, that's one example that I've got of just breaking this game. It's just about... Oh, yeah, Rose?
The thing about Final Fantasy 12 that I always liked is something I said about 13 that I liked was the auto battle button, because it basically takes like the nature of like, okay, once you've figured out how you're going to like kill these specific enemies or something like that, or deal with like random fodder, like it's such a drag to go through the menu and just press like, you know, the same buttons over and over again. And I think the Gambit system is another different but good way to solve that problem of the older Final Fantasies, where it's just like you set it all up once in a menu and then it just does
so
it. Like, it's really great. It's really nice.
They're really cool ways to let you do the battle system before you go into battle.
Yeah.
And they take
like,
it in 2 different directions. Yeah, very consistent. Sometimes too consistent.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 12 has you basically pre-program how every battle how you want them to go by giving you limited slots to program what each player's like fighting loop is going to be. Like, hey, closest enemy, I want you to attack them. If they are at 100% HP, I want you to steal from them. If you can just kind of keep going down the list. If my allies have less than 30% HP, then heal them. And it's very simple how you can control like what you want every character in your party to do. And sometimes it's too simple. So like you'll run into edge cases where it's like, oh, this monster can't actually be hit by our weapons, and now we're all dead because this enemy was immune to weapon damage. And they just keep slapping him over and over and over, even though it does nothing. Then the opposite side is Final Fantasy 13, which is not exactly the same. The characters actually have a lot more AI on their own that'll be a little smarter about things. And what you do instead of controlling their moves at the minimum level, what you're really doing is you're controlling like the flow of battle and the momentum that you want them to attack with. And I think that's completely different in how it feels, even though it comes from a very similar idea. And it's kind of beautiful. It's not easy to get into. Neither of them are, but they both have like just some inherent amazing beauty to them that comes into play. Especially 12 has their like weird loot table system where almost every enemy has like a 1% chance to drop something good. But if you kill the same enemy over and over, you'll start chaining that enemy. And you'll get to like, all right, 99 chain means that 1% drop now becomes a 5% drop or something like that. And then you can equip items to make that 5% drop a 10% drop. And like, there's ways to play this like multi-dimensional loot table that ended up with, we were able to get the strongest weapon in the game about 15 minutes in due to what I'm learning right now is I'm learning how to do RNG manipulation in Final Fantasy 12. That's what this has come to. I'm going to get the invisible bow called Seitengrot in about 20 minutes or so into playing FF12, so I can just run the rest of the game with that.
You can really tell with FF12 that the mission statement from Square Enix was to make a single player MMO. I think you can really tell that, because man, what other Final Fantasy game really depends on drop rates?
I don't know. I mean, it's so unreal how like the design philosophy in this Final Fantasy game is just, hey, when people are playing this game, stuff will just happen to them. We can't control it. Maybe they'll be able to go get the strongest weapon in the game. It's a 0.2% chance that you can get Seitengrot from an invisible chest that you can only find if you accidentally trip over it in a specific spot. It's so unreal. And that invisible chest only has a 20% drop rate to even show up. God, there are like thousands of chests in the game. Thousands. The entire world is littered with just pots that say treasure on them when you hit X on them. They'll all open up, and 90% of the time, they just have 10 gil in them. So it's like this weird proto loot box, basically, in an RPG. And it's so unreal how much in a casual playthrough of the game, you're just like, yeah, I'll just see what's in this one. Oh, it's garbage. Oh, what's in this one? Oh, this one's garbage also. Oh, this one has a really strong weapon. Oh, this one has magic that I haven't bought yet. Fantastic.
I think it's literally just an adaptation of the Final Fantasy XI thing that happens, which is anytime you kill any enemy, it just drops a chest.
Really?
Every time, and like the chest could have anything. It could like there's loot tables or whatever, but like it really is the like it just bounces exactly between like it has 10 gil or it has a potion or it has a fucking like material you sell for like 7 million gil or something. Like I think it's just the same thing, because I imagine that was the thing, was like, oh, Final Fantasy XI's a big deal right now, we gotta do that for 12, but then they were like, no, we should do a single player, we can't have 2 MMOs, and they were like, oh.
I keep forgetting that this was released hot off the heels of Final Fantasy XI.
Yeah.
I keep like completely reasonably imagining Final Fantasy X happened, and then 4 years later Final Fantasy XII happened. But no, there was also another giant MMO that got released in the middle of that. I don't know if it was 4 years, but like it seemed like there was one completely normal dev cycle here, and that 12 was followed by 10, but oh right, there's a Roman number in the middle between those. It's the number 11?
And the number right. 10 too.
And you're right. Oh, there's a lot of MMO qualities to that game too. Just being able to like fast travel across the entire map at any point from the beginning. Oh, so yeah, that's where my head's at now. We're back in the Final Fantasy zone forever.
Good luck with that, Solon. I feel like you're gonna need it.
I'm Bosch von Ronsenberg.
I'm
Dumb
the
asshole.
Captain Bosch.
Bosch lives.
Rose, what other games have you been playing? What else is up with you?
So let's see. In the topic of RPGs, I've been playing two. First, I'll start with Atelier, just real quick. I finished Atelier Aisha. It's a good
that
game.
looks so cool.
It's
Every
these
time
games
I
are
see
great.
screenshots from it, I'm like, oh, this is fun.
So Atelier Aisha was the first in the Dusk trilogy. I'm now on the second one, which is Eska and Logi, which already runs much better on the Vita. Something about Aisha that really was like it wasn't. It never had any crashes or anything, but there was just this like really weird, like it had like loading problems where it would just like freeze up all the time because it was loading either like a battle or like the best example I can give you is I knew that when I entered a new zone a cutscene was going to happen because the screen would just stay black instead of saying loading. Like it would just stay black for like 10 seconds and I'd be like, oh, a cutscene's gonna happen.
Movie time.
But this game's much better. Everything loads like instantly. It's running at like a stable 60 FPS or so, which isn't really that necessary because it's a turn-based RPG where you just walk around very slowly. But whatever, I'll take it.
I feel like I should say Solon. Rose, are you thinking about the new Atelier game?
Oh
that just
yeah, are
came
you
out?
thinking of that, Solon?
Yeah, I thought that's where we were going.
Oh
with this,
no,
right?
no,
Is it Ryzen?
no. It's not Ryza. No, I'm not doing that one.
What's the new one called?
That's Ryza.
That's
That's
right.
Ryza.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you working up to that?
Yes. Well, mainly I wanted to play the Dusk trilogy, which is the one I'm on right now with Aisha.
Because there are like
and
30 of them, right?
there are like 30 of them. They do multiple a year now, which is
Oh Lord, I was gonna say
insane.
like they started this series for the PS2. I thought
PS1.
Oh, no.
PS1.
PS1, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well at least that spreads it out a little more. But like, there's a bunch of them. There's more than one a year of them, aren't there?
Yeah. Now there are. That used to just be one a year or like year and a half or so, but now it's like they did 3 this year.
And these are all cute, like 40, 50 hour RPGs about
they're like
alchemists.
30. They're not that long.
Okay.
But yeah, they're about being an alchemist. The one I'm on now, Eska and Logi, is it's this pair or whatever of alchemists. One's a city boy who uses newfangled stuff, and one's just this nice like farm girl or whatever who's just
Aw.
big cauldron, and they're just working together and being friends. It's all in the same world, and they just bring back characters, but it's like 6 years later. So like the thing with Aisha was the whole point of the game was Aisha saving her sister. Her sister's just in this game now. She's like living her own life or whatever, and she's like an adult now instead of like a teen, and that's cool. It's weird to see characters be like, oh, Miss Neo or whatever, which is her name, instead of like everyone just babying her in the last game. But now
Aw,
she's the
grown
senior.
up.
Because, yeah. But yeah, those games are nice. It seems like all the systems are a lot better in Esk and Logi. I'm not that far in, but whereas Aisha was like, you have a 2-year goal basically. Save your sister within 2 years or so.
That's a great
Yeah,
motivation for a game.
because they have like time limits or whatever. But in Eska and Logi, it's not like that. It's like you have like, I think 100 days, or sometimes they change, I think. But you're assigned a job, and then you have an X time limit to do the job within the thing. And it's not a particularly hard job. And then once you finish that job, there are side jobs you can do and stuff like that. It seems much better. Like, it seems more like keeps you engaged instead of like Aisha, which I like, but it sort of like throws you out there, Mm-hmm. And like just lets you do whatever, which I have problems with sometimes because I need to do everything, which also is a good thing to crosscode, which is driving me insane because they keep giving me side quests. I haven't even done like any of the main story because they keep giving me side quests and I can't stop.
Oh no! Oh, and Crosscode, the really beautiful pixel game from last year.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can't stop. They just keep being like, do this quest that involves like a ton of moving around, and it's like, do this like really tough platforming challenge over and over again until you do it like under 2 minutes, and I'm like, I have to.
Please just let me do Quest Hub
I just want to do the story. It's like, I like it because I think I said this before, but it really feels like it's made by people who made an MMO, or who played MMOs. Sorry. Like, all the way that all the characters talk is very real. Like, when you enter the second town, there's just a dude talking to like an NPC guard who just says like, welcome to the town, and he's trying to talk to him like he's a real player, and he just keeps saying welcome to the town back at him like over and over
Amazing.
again.
How can I get something made where we can talk to the crosscode people only about dot hack?
Yeah, because it's very clear.
It's very dot hack in all the best ways.
Yeah, the only thing that I wish it had is the interface when you log out in dot hack, because that is one of the best things I've ever experienced in a video game.
Yes.
The way that in dot hack that you can customize your wallpaper and mute like BGM on your fake computer that you log out into, and read forums, and
yeah, just Hypnospace Outlaw it, do a little secret haven, like let me play around with the meta computer outside of the game itself.
It's just like it's missing that part, I think, to crosscode. Otherwise, I quite like it. I feel like I have not unlocked like anything, or like Niall keeps telling me like once you get in a certain amount like into the game, like you'll start to realize what's going on, or like you'll have a better handle on how things are.
Oh yeah, great. You just have to get into the game somehow now.
And it's like I can't, because they have to do all the side quests. It's like with Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Every time I've tried to play Xenoblade Chronicles 1, I just get trapped in this endless loop of doing every single side quest in the area. And like Xenoblade Chronicles 1, it's not like they're side quests of particular depth or anything. It's just...
Outer Worlds have side quests all over the place, and they're just nice little side quests, but they at least organize them like area.
Yeah.
Hubs. And so you just go out in the world, do them, cross them off your list, and come back.
Yeah.
They're done.
That's why I like Final Fantasy XIV's side quests, and why I do them all. And also because Final Fantasy XIV side quests have writing that's actually like engaging and interesting, or trying to accomplish some sort of story. Whereas like the crosscode ones are just like, damn, it's like classic like WoW stuff, which is what they're going for, obviously. That's
such a tough line.
It really is a tough line, where it's like, if it is like WoW, then make it like WoW, where, like you said, Quest Hub or whatever, where you just grab all of the ones for an area and then you turn them all in at the end. That's what they should do.
And be a little self-aware about it.
Be a little self-aware about it, because it is like a little... Their only self-aware stuff is like when the NPCs say it, your character makes like a face and they go, don't make that face, or whatever. And I'm like, you can't just use that every time. But it's a good game. I'm looking forward to playing more. Everyone I know who's like played all of it like loves it. Like they go crazy about it. So I imagine there's just some sort of secret thing that I haven't really gotten to the actual story. So
when you're out of the zeitgeist like this with a specific game, and everyone already you've seen what everyone else has said about it, you're just like, all right, but is this gonna get good? Are you all fucking with me?
Luckily, I have extreme patience and can just do this thing. Like, I love FF13, so it's like I can just fucking do anything. But yeah, I've mostly been playing those two. I really want to play more. My goal was to beat Eska and Logi before Pokemon came out, do Pokemon, and then go and do Atelier Shally, which is the last one of the Dusk trilogy, which I'm really interested to get into, because it's... so the thing about the Aisha, the Dusk trilogy, is they're post-apocalyptic.
Oh.
But it's like the sense of like, it's not like Fallout where everything's all fucked up. It's like where it's like the apocalypse happened and just nobody really talks about it that much. Like everyone's just trying to like get over it, and just like it's very like Aisha's very bubbly. There's like some hints of darkness that I really like. Like you find like artificial human plants just randomly sometimes in this happy bubbly game where you're going around eating bread and stuff.
Oh,
and that,
you've got me sold on this a lot more now.
It's good. So, and then, like, I heard Eska and Logi has, like, a little bit more, but then the entire last game is basically, because the apocalypse happened, the world is dying, how is everyone going to adjust to this?
Hey, the dusk is darkest before the dawn.
Yeah.
I think Batman taught me that or something.
God. But I really wanted to get to that, because, like, really going in on that stuff seems really good, and plus they bring back my favorite character from the first game, who's an old man. Who's just really pissed off all the time. It's that video. You remember that video I posted, maybe? Where he just beats up all the kids? It's like the first boss fight, that guy?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he rules. His name is Keith.
He just, a old man that just wants to beat up all the kids and make them stronger or whatever. I can relate to that.
They were trying to arrest him, and he was like, fuck no.
Yeah, hell no.
But yeah, I'm excited to get to that. But I don't know if I'm going to beat Eska and Logi before then, because I've just sort of been bouncing everywhere last week. Yeah.
So, for John, the last thing that I've been playing is that there was the Smash Brothers update this week.
Oh, no.
We got Terry.
Yeah, we did.
We got Terry.
Are you okay?
I am now, because we got him. I'm so happy. He's a lot of fun. I don't know if he's my favorite DLC. You know what? I'm just going to say it. I've liked all the DLC characters so far. Hero's probably the one that I care the least about, but I actively enjoy playing as Joker, Banjo, and Terry. They're all very fun. I guess I'll go over what they added real quick. So Terry, if you don't know him, he's from the Fatal Fury / King of Fighters series. So he's from a fighting game. His whole thing is that he not only has like the directional inputs like Ken and Ryu do, but he actually has 5 special moves, which is a first for the series. He has a separate move for if you press backwards and B while you're facing your opponent, which is pretty interesting. They added a new stage, which is the King of Fighters Arena, which is a really nice stage because they also added in something new. There are invisible walls on each side of the stage if you're playing on the original version, and you will bounce off of those walls until you hit a certain percentage, and then you break through the wall, and that's when you get knocked out. It makes it feel more like an actual fighting game because you can do combos and knock people up onto the wall without actively breaking it, and like just it's not a walk-off stage. There's actually some more strategy to it. So that's fun.
Yeah, and the ceiling's pretty high too. You're not going to get a win really easily off that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a cool stage.
Honestly, if you think about it, Terry has 7 special moves. He also has a mechanic where once he hits 100%, you can do inputs to also do his Power Geyser or his Buster Wolf. So
yeah, have you been practicing that wine glass?
I haven't really been bothering too much with that because honestly, the Power Geyser isn't really that good from what I have done. Like, I haven't really been in any kind of situation where that's been really good, but I know how to do the double quarter circle. I can do the Buster Wolf. I can pull it off really. That's fun. Just hitting people, because as you fly across the stage, like real fast when you're doing the Buster Wolf, and that is a really good kill move too. Like once you hit 100%, people should be scared of you because like they just hear the "Are you okay?" and they're done if they're on the ground when you do that. Like that's it.
And you can combo into that, right?
Oh, you can combo into everything. Like Terry can do special move canceling. Like you can cancel moves. Like it's even better than Ken and Ryu. Like the canceling mechanics, it's super good. And they like it's so obvious Sakurai loves SNK. Like that 45-minute video that everyone was like, what myself included. What is he gonna do? Are there gonna be modes? No, he just talked about SNK for 45 minutes because he loves SNK.
Yeah, we've done that. That was my video debut. Was doing the SNK 40th anniversary collection.
Solon, it was so heartwarming because, he went over, in the King of Fighters stage, there are a bunch of characters from King of Fighters in the background. And one of them is Athena, because she's in KOF. And we all know her from Psycho Soldier, obviously. And not only is Athena there, but they did a brand new version of the Psycho Soldier song with the lyrics and everything, and it is so fucking good. Like, it was so adorable just, like, seeing you come into the Smash room on the Chooch chat. You just being like, John, they did a new version of Psycho Soldier!
They did it! It's so good!
It's really good. And there are 50 songs that they added. 50 new SNK songs. Like, most of them are from Fatal Fury and King of Fighters, but there is a couple, like, there's Psycho Soldier. I think there's, like, Assault Mission, I think that game is called, song. There's a couple Metal Slug songs. It's great. They have 2 versions of Soy Sauce for Geese in that game.
They both sound really good, too.
They have fucking they have a new remix of Rainy Saxophone. Like, oh, it's so good. They have some song called, like, Art of Fighting version 2.300000 for some reason, and it's fucking good. It's a good song. Like, it's really great.
They put in the Art of Fighting me costume, too, which was really weird because it was only weird because of how normal it looked.
Yeah, it's a Ryo. Ryo's a pretty standard character because he's because basically what happened was, like, everyone was claiming that, like, Art of Fighting and Fatal Fury and KOF were ripoffs to Street Fighter. So SNK was like, all right, motherfucker, you really want us to rip off Street Fighter? They made Ryo, who is just pretty much Ryu or Ken or whatever. Like, his name's Ryo. It's basically Ryu, and then Capcom, like, wanted to play around with them, and that's why they made Dan, because they were like, oh, Dan works like Ryo does, and he's weak, and he's not as good. So like, Dan Hibiki is trying to make fun of SNK, and because SNK was making fun of Capcom.
And that's why the hat and stuff, too, with Dan, and is that because
Dan doesn't have a hat.
I thought Dan had the hat.
No, Dan doesn't have a hat, no.
Oh, who in Street Fighter has the baseball hat? And the ponytail.
I don't know who has a hat.
They're all in pink. I swear it was Dan.
I mean, like, there's Yun and Yang. Like, I think Yang has a hat.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking.
They don't have anything to do with Terry. I mean, there's in Capcom versus SNK, when Ken and Terry fight, Ken picks up Terry's hat from the ground and tosses it to him. Like, that's the famous, like, intro.
Yeah, I am thinking of Dan Hibiki, but I'm also, like, off my ass. He doesn't have a hat.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just thought so.
Dan has a cute intro with Yuri, who Sakurai said is a genius in that. Mm-hmm. Sakurai also said that whoever designed Yuri is a genius, which is
he's absolutely
very
right.
True. Yeah, very true. Yeah, I mean, it was just all SNK stuff. You know, like, they added some Mii costumes. It was Ryo, it was Yuri, and, like, 1 or 2 other ones. I think.
The Virtua Fighter.
Yeah, okay, that's right. They also added a Virtua Fighter for Akira. Yeah, they added the Akira Virtua Fighter one.
That was a weird one because it looks just like a Mii.
Yeah,
but
so that one was in Smash for Wii U. That was in that game.
Oh, that's right. So that's why it looked familiar.
New. Yeah, that was it. And I mean, like, Blocky Akira is also in Smash Ultimate as an assist trophy. So yeah.
Well, does that mean that it's broken now? Like, if you're an assist trophy, you can also be a Mii fighter costume.
Yeah, I mean, that's always been the case.
I mean, okay. I'm trying to remember what our meta rules are for who gets to be in Smash and who doesn't.
It's just, like, the actual the only written rule is they have to have originated from a video game. So, you know, like, I still say that if they're a spirit fight, I think that should preclude them. Like, that should say no, because spirit fights are supposed to be as if you're fighting them. You know, it would kind of be weird if they were like, oh, here's this fake thing of you fighting this character, and then they get added. But also, there was a leak this week that I guess
Oh?
we could talk about real quick. That people are very confused about because it's really hard to fake it. There was video of Mii costumes for Mallow from Super Mario RPG and a Cacodemon from Doom. And some people who do mods for Smash said that the Cacodemon thing could probably be faked, but the Mallow thing probably couldn't, just because, like, I guess the way that Mii Fighter, like, modding works, like, people have figured out how to do, like, full head helmets, but they haven't figured out how to make hats, just, like, on the top of the head. And specifically, the thing that people were really surprised about is that the Mallow hat has jiggle physics, and, like, nobody's figured out how to do jiggle physics properly for Mii costume stuff in Smash. So everyone thinks it's real.
What?
Yeah,
Amazing.
I don't know. You know, this could just mean, oh, they're adding Super Mario RPG costumes. You know, like, this doesn't mean that Gino's in. But there's some Super Mario RPG stuff coming, and then something with Doom. Like, it could be that they're adding a Bethesda character and they're just putting a Doom Mii costume. Everyone just seems to think that they're just going to add Doom Guy, which I would be okay with. But, I mean, it could also be, like, the Dragonborn, it could be, like, Vault Boy, it could be, like, some other Bethesda character.
Oh,
And, I mean,
hope it's not
who knows?
those ones necessarily.
Yeah, like honestly, if it has to be a Bethesda character, like, the only one that I really, really would want is Doom Guy. Like, other than that, I mean, like, you know, like, I like BJ Blazkowicz, but you can't really make a Wolfenstein stage in Smash Brothers, you know? Like, it would be kind of hard to do that.
It would look a lot like Castlevania.
I mean, that, and I'm just more saying that they
I
have a lot of
know.
swastikas on things.
Yeah.
You know, it's just... It is
I also
what
don't
it
know,
is. Like,
There's one reason I would want BJ Blazkowicz, and that's because his personality would be very fun to play with in a Smash Bros. Game. But just his personality, like, the moveset would just be like, I don't know what you'd really put in there that wouldn't be just kind of normal shoot-mans.
Yeah, he would be very generic. He would just be a shooter, like, and, you know, like that. Like, he's got a great person. Like, I like BJ Blazkowicz as a character. Do not get me wrong, but he would not be great in Smash Brothers. Like, Doom Guy, on the other hand, like,
Grappling hook.
yeah, grappling hook, chainsaw, BF. I mean, big fucking gun. Like, that's all I gotta say. I was gonna say BF fucking G, but the F is already there. It's like saying ATM machine. I guess we'll find out soon enough, though, because our friend and yours, Sabi, keeps hinting at the Game Awards, so I guess we'll find out at the Game Awards. But yeah, Smash Bros. Is fun. Terry's a lot of fun.
That's great. I'm glad Terry's fun to play, and I'm glad he feels weird and different. Because I was worried he would just feel a lot like Ryu and Ken. But apparently that's not the case at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing as, like, how different fighting games feel different, you know? And it's the same thing as how different Smash Bros. Characters feel different, because, like, you know, if you tell someone, oh, it's the same inputs, you know? Like, for Smash Brothers, it's just up B, down B, side B, you know, all that shit. But each character is so vastly different. But then, like, for Ryu versus Terry, like, they have the same inputs, but you do a quarter circle forward punch for Ryu, he does a Hadoken. You do that for Terry, he does the burning knuckle. It's different.
Yep.
But it's the same input. It's, you know, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's a really cool, like, comparison now that, like, basically the most of the founding fathers of fighting games are in this game now.
That's really cool.
That's really fun.
I wonder if that's where the fifth fighter is going to go. Is they're just going to stick with making this look like this is the five that are like the founding fathers of fighting games now in Smash.
Yeah, Joker.
Yeah, Joker, you know.
No, I mean, if they're going to want to be like, this is the ultimate fighting game crossover, then, like, I mean, I don't know if it would be Fighter 5, but, like, they'd have to add a Heihachi. Like, Heihachi would have to be one of the DLC characters in the future. If they want to really round that off. And then, other than that, I mean, there are other big fighting game franchises.
It's time
but,
for
like,
Melty Blood. Gotta put what's her name?
Look,
Shiki.
look,
Yeah,
look.
Gun.
If we are to listen to the fucking argument that Agum on Twitter makes all the time,
Which we would do
then
often.
Yeah, then Saber could be in Smash.
Saber
There you go.
should be in Smash.
Because Fate was a video game first,
That's
so
true.
they could put Saber in Smash Brothers.
Arguably
This is
the
where
first video
Sakurai
game.
shows his ass and goes, I don't think visual novels are games or something.
I don't know. I mean,
I think they should put 2B in the game.
I'd be down for two. I'd be super down for 2B, but I don't think they will because I feel like they're like, oh, we've got enough Square Enix characters, that kind of shit. I don't know. I mean, I would love 2B, but I just doubt it.
The moment that I freaked out watching that whole 45-minute beautifulness was when he started playing the story mode on the hardest difficulty, and I was like, all right, this is just a weird exhibition now. Okay, that's fun. And he's showing off this character, and then the third stage of Terry's story mode was on Skyworld and against Pit, Dark Pit, and Palutena.
He just did that for himself.
Well, it's the Athena stage. I was just like, holy shit! This is the only level in that entire story mode that has platforms because that's Athena. Athena's a platforming game, and the moment that I saw all of the items that were falling down, it was all equipable weapons like shields and fire bars. I was like, it's Athena! They programmed Athena into Smash Bros. And I was flipping out. I was losing it. I was so happy that it was just like, yeah. And he was just like, yeah, it's just kind of like that video game that Athena's from. And I'm like, yeah, Athena!
It's very good.
It's so
it's
good.
The best.
Athena's name is magic.
Smash Brothers is the best when it is just geeking out about game history, and I'm just especially glad that it seems like Sakurai got to geek out about like some of his favorite games here. Like he just got to be like, oh my god, I love King of Fighters. Like he pulled some fucking references during that. He was like, God, I want to just be playing like King of Fighters on like the Neo Geo 64 or something. It's like, what the fuck is that? Like the Hyper Neo Geo 64? Like, what the fuck is that? And he's just like, yeah, I love that shit. That's my favorite King of Fighters game. It's like, oh my god, Sakurai.
Yeah, remember when you
It's
could
very
pay
good.
30,000 yen to rent out or you could buy a cabinet for your local grocery store for the kids to play on?
Yeah. Definitely, like, making me remember all the, like, bad parts of Game Center CX where he would just go to, like, a shitty candy store and play Metal Slug in front of it because someone told him to go there, even though there was, like, no other games. Those are always the worst segments. Like, obviously you run out of game centers across Japan eventually, but oh my god. Like, just having to interact with the weird old people selling candy, like, it's a nightmare. Alright, Rose, is there anything else you want to talk about?
Sure. I'll just do, I started playing Disco Elysium.
Oh, how is that?
Yeah, how is that?
That's on my list.
I think it's good. I have trouble playing it because I can't do mouse and keyboard stuff very well. And I can only play it in short bursts. And also, I think that game in general just requires a lot of clicking, which is probably compounding things. But it's very interesting. I think that it is... So, I get one complaint right out of the way. I know that I say this about so many things, but I do wish that even if they were trying to make a thing about... the whole conceit is basically you wake up in the body of this man who is like a 40-year-old police officer in this like alternate universe type whatever setup or whatever in this like town or whatever, and you know absolutely nothing at all, and you just have to try to like piece together this dude's life, and he seems like a real sleazeball. And it gives you the option to either be a real just absolute disaster person, or like try to be normal. And it's very good about that. But the way that it does the disaster stuff, I think it walks a fine line between what's ultimately like the way that I wish more stuff would do morality stuff, where it's like if you're doing the bad stuff, the game makes it clear that you are bad. Like, not just in the sense of like, you know, in Fallout when you do the nuke, they're like, damn, you're twisted for doing the nuke or something like that. It's like, for example, one of the first NPCs you can talk to is just a racist man.
Okay. Yep.
And he's just being racist, and you just keep talking to him, and he just keeps going on like his stupid, like, you know, like the shit that people just say, like Richard Spencer or whatever type stuff, like, oh, we're the superior race or whatever, getting torn down and going on this rant or whatever. And like, you can like just be like, you can agree with him as an option, but the option is, yes, I love being a racist or something like that. So I think it walks a good line with that, where it's like, if you are being a horrible person, I guess, it's making clear that the developers think that you are a horrible person, which is better. But in other senses, I find that it's relying too much on the crutch of like misogyny to really. Again, I feel bad because I always just say this for like a ton of games, but it really is like an issue of like a lot of like, you know, what is like hokey like old detective stuff, or like when you're doing like a serious detective like examination or something, it's always about how they're like always into like guns, gambling, and women or something like that. And it's just like having to see like stuff like that, it's a little too frequent, but yeah. And I feel like that's a universal thing. Like, I mean, the Last of Us 2 developers only recently were like, okay, so we removed all the times that like people, how all the enemies just yell at Ellie and call her a bitch or something like that. Like, we realized that was really stupid. I think it's just a case of people need to know that, like, hey, like, shocker that, you know, like, men might not think about that, you know? Like, it might not just be a thing that, like, you think about because it's just like, well, I need to explore this experience that's not my own. How do I do that? I need to make it really obvious that you know.
You're saying that they just kind of defaulted to the genre conventions.
Yeah.
And they were like, yes, this matches my conception of what I guess,
exactly,
noir police detective private eye person.
And like. I feel like there's room for that, but I feel like it could have been done more smartly instead of just sort of like, you know, making a ton of ex-wife jokes and stuff like that.
Hey, don't you remind me of my ex-wife?
Exactly.
Okay.
But besides that, it's very, very interesting because it's a game that has no combat, but you have health and stuff like that. And the way that you are interacting with people, like the like all of the stuff that you're going to level up, and there's a lot of stuff to level up, all just affects the way that you can talk to people.
Oh yeah.
And like it's like all stuff like electrochemistry is one, for example, and that like is like that's like a stat that is just like telling you need to have alcohol or you're just going like you're worse now. You're just worse because you haven't had alcohol. Or like you'll be in the middle of a conversation and someone will mention a cigarette, and then like a little like you basically have this little inner monologue pop up that goes like, cigarettes are cool, huh? Yeah? You want to have a cigarette? Isn't that cool? And you can go, I'm all right. And then it's just like, but it's cool. But it's cool. And it's like stuff like that. Like there's a lot of inner monologue. It's very well written. Besides the thing that I complained about, like it is just like fantastic. There's you wake up in this room and you go out of this hotel and you're told basically you are a police officer. And you need to solve this murder or whatever that's happening, and you just have this like other detective who comes up and he's from another department and he's just like, so who are you? And you're like, and there's just like there's a bunch of dialogue options, and one of them is just like invent a new name or something like that. And there's all these percent chances, and I succeeded in the percent chance to make a new name, but then it still just went like, you have no idea what the fuck to come up with. It's something, it's like, it's on the tip of your tongue. It's like a word that means like an autumn breeze or something like that. That's what you wanted to go with, but you can't formulate that next bit or something like that.
Oh my God.
Like, even if you succeed, you don't necessarily succeed. And I really like the way that it's doing that. But when you go out to examine the body, there's this like really twisted little like teen there or whatever throwing rocks at it, and he's like just like yelling at you. He's like just yelling in general. He's referring to himself in the third person because, as he says, or when you ask him why he's referring to himself in the third person, he says Kuno, which is his name, isn't the third person, he's the first person or something like that. And like it just pops up this message that says, you and him aren't quite sure what he said, but he seems oddly proud that he came up with that. And one of the like the dialogue options that had like a 5% chance, and said like come back later when I have more stuff, is like, okay, I need to figure out what the fuck is going on with this kid. Basically, like, he's got some issues that he's sorting out, and I need to find out why. There's something in me that is telling me I need to know.
Oh, that's really fun. So a lot of the game is not about all this combat or anything. It's more about
there's none
exploring dialogue trees.
Yeah, all of the stuff is based around the combat, and basically, I mean, the dialogue, and the dialogue becomes the combat. Is what I mean. Like, it becomes this like figuring out like either wrestling with yourself or like. There's this really cool allure to it that I really like, that I feel like most role-playing games end up falling apart at, because, you know, like a game like Divinity or Fallout, they encourage you to make your own backstory, right? On your own, you come up with whatever. This one is the opposite. You have a backstory. You don't know what it is. You can make it up as you go along. So like you can either like play this game completely straight, like be like, I don't know who I am to everyone. You can say, I don't know who I am. They all think you're crazy, but you can just be like, I don't know who I am. I forgot. Some people will be nice and understanding. Other people will be like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, come on. Like, but you can be honest with people. Like, I legitimately don't know what's going on. Explain it to me. Like, help me. Or you can completely play this as a bullshitter and just be like, oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
The DPA, for sure. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm just shocked that there's a game that, a role-playing game like this, that gives you opportunities to consult yourself and do like inner monologues with yourself.
So much of that. There's a line of dialogue where you talk with someone and you're just like, hey, do you ever just, you know, like have a conversation with yourself? And they're just like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it's like, you know, like in your head there's just another voice and you just talk back and forth with it, and it's sometimes pretty mean to you. I don't know. And they're just like, what are you talking about? No, I just write down things in this book. If I like need to remember something, I just write it down in this book. And then the voice in your head goes, oh, I guess that's how he has his conversations then, loser, or whatever. Like,
that's such a new dynamic. That's such an interesting dimension to the role-playing game. Because, well, I mean, in a tabletop RPG or in any other kind of RPG game, when do you have time to talk to yourself for a little bit? That's brilliant. That's
and it's
really
good
smart.
too. There's like a timer in the game, but I think it only goes by when you have actual conversations with people. So
those conversations with yourself are in their own space.
Yeah.
Like just a immediacy, like time stops here. Perfect. That was what I was going to kind of ask next in a weird way. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. Like I said, though, I wish it's a very slow game. Like, you're very slow about the walkie. You have to click a lot because it's an isometric type, you know? Mm-hmm. So that's where I think I'm getting my problems, because sitting up is hard for me as is. So it's like doing the, like, that in the, like, claw to click over and over. Ugh.
Yeah, how do we get you to be able to play this game with like a Wiimote or something?
Yeah, I wish. Oh, that would be so much better.
Yeah, pointing with your arm instead of your fingers, like.
Yeah. But I think it's very interesting. I'm glad that a game like this got made, I guess. I've heard like that, like it's very, very, very good and continues to be very well written throughout, but that like the experience of like playing it becomes a little like tedious, if anything, towards the end of it, because it's a lot of like there's like stuff that affects your stats that you just keep in your pockets and stuff like that, and it's like making the optimal way of that or whatever every time before you talk to someone, which becomes a little like but I'm enjoying it. I'm only like an hour and a half in, but I think it's very cool.
I'm excited to hear more stories.
Yeah. It's neat. I need to finish it before Game of the Year, I feel like, now that I've played it, because I'm like, oh fuck, this is definitely one to probably talk about.
All right.
Hey, in Death Stranding, you can hit the L2 and R2 buttons, and it holds your backpack, and like you're gonna cross over giant mountains, so you're gonna be like holding these, but kind of tensely, because at any moment you could just go under attack, and you gotta conserve your stamina. So eventually your fingers just get tired. Your fingers get tired in a very kinesthetic way that matches the player getting the main character getting tired, Norman Reedus getting sleepy, and then when you're carrying your backpack full of stuff, and then like it can go unstable. You can have backpacks that like baggage that weighs more on the left side than the right side, and you can fall over, and then your baggage just goes all over the place. This game's so weird. Death Stranding's a weird fucking game. And the entire time, I guess not the entire time, but a lot of the time, we were walking over mountains and there was just like soft Icelandic American music playing, which made me realize this is the most perfect genre for post Metal Gear Hideo Kojima. Because of course, the moment that he's like out of super hardcore AAA, like America, we gotta be really like war, he's just gonna fucking go to Iceland. He's just going to go on a fucking vacation and go look at some waterfalls and wiggle some fried eggs and drink some milk. And that's where this comes from. Oh, and there's whales! Of course, this is Icelandic fucking video game. There's whales that come and they jump out of the dark black sludge for some reason. I've got this theory that there's like just this huge Icelandic influence on this game for no reason at all, and
I mean, he kept visiting there.
Did he? I mean, everyone visits there because that's how you get
Mads.
Mads is Icelandic. Oh, I did not put that together. Thank you so much. I feel at ease. Oh, and that's why okay. We've only seen Mads through, like, cutscenes that make him feel really far away and isolated. And he only shows up at, like, the most inopportune times to even try to digest what the hell is going on with his character or who he is. And so it feels like he's on a little island somewhere. I'm going to unpack that more. Somewhere else. Not right here. All right. What else has been going on, John, please?
Well, let's see here. There were 2 little update things for Nintendo stuff. Of course.
Oh, yeah.
We got the updates here. So first off, the one that's actually out, Fire Emblem got an update, one of the DLC updates here. It's update 3, DLC 3. They let you dress up as maids and butlers.
Cowardly way, though. Just as usual. Just as what I'd expect.
What?
They don't let women wear the butler outfits. Or men wear the maid outfits, which is fucking... It's 2019. Fuck off. I'm getting sick of it. It's bad enough in Final Fantasy XIV. I can't make my self-insert character wear a butler outfit.
Wait, really? You can't?
No. Or the prince outfit.
Oh.
I've been very mad about it forever.
No, that's completely understandable.
Spencer's been mad because, he can't wear the maid outfit.
I also got mad today that Fire Emblem does not just at any point let you change from guy Byleth to female Byleth.
Yeah, it has to be at the beginning.
I think that's just, if they're doing all these quality of life DLCs, that should be one of them. Just just change it midway through.
There is a sauna, which I have zero idea what the sauna actually does, but you get to hang out in the sauna with people.
Oh.
Yeah, just, you're in the sauna.
That's kind of a really intimate place.
You're just in the fucking sauna, you're just hanging out.
All right.
you are able to recruit Anna the Merchant now.
Oh, sweet.
And also, if you're playing in the Black Eagles route, I'm not gonna explain exactly who they are for spoiler reasons, but you can recruit Jaritza. Anna does not have any support, unfortunately, but Jaritza does, I guess. Also, you can swap gifts with the dogs and cats in around the monastery. You can't actually pet them, so that one Twitter account is probably pissed as fuck.
They are. Yes, they are.
They're beside themselves, just furious, like just screaming at their fucking screen.
I mean, we all are. I just want Byleth to snuggle with the animals that are there. Byleth gets a little rise out of giving a gift to someone, but just as much as they do with anyone else. I guess a little more than that. But, like, come on.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for a lot here. Just make the hand part of Byleth go clip in through the dog's head or something and make it look like it's petting them.
Yeah. And that's it for Fire Emblem.
That's it?
Update.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say like there's a level or there's like a new.
The sauna, yeah.
Is that a new level?
They are going to add more levels and shit in the last update, which I guess is going to be out by like March of next year. So,
like 2 characters.
Yeah.
So this is DLC that they just gave out to everyone to like update.
No, this is paid.
What?
Yeah.
$25 season pass.
Huh?
Nintendo can just fucking get away with anything. It's what I've been saying forever. It's really bad. Do you know how much the fucking Fire Emblem Echoes Shadow of Valencia season pass was?
No, what did that look like?
$50.
What?
The game was $40.
What?
They
lot?
took no. They went the extra level. That's like so. All the Atlas games all the re-releases of Atlas games recently have been doing this thing. All of the Atlas games, honestly, have been doing this thing where it's like, oh, you unlock a ring or like a quest that boosts your XP or how much gold you get in the game or something to make it easier or something like that. And like, that sucks, first of all. I just want to say real quick, like, the idea that in the Radiant Historia remake they added DLC to a remake that was already a re-release of a game, like, that sucks ass. But
wow,
the Fire Emblem one was worse because what they did is they didn't just give you an item or one map that does this that you pay like 99 cents for. They did like it based on level range, where it's like, this is the best like map to increase your levels when you're at the beginning of the game. This is the best map when you're in the middle of the game. This is the best map when you're at the end of the game. And it's just like, it sucks ass. That game is really good, which is why it's a bummer. And then like seeing how like the Fire Emblem Three Houses stuff has been, it's not much better. It's like,
wow. Oh, so this has been happening. Oh,
yeah,
Lord. Hey, the more I hear about Three Houses, the more I'm really turning off from it.
It's a
I'm
good
like,
game. It's just like,
exactly.
It was rushed, I think. Like, is the thing. Like, I think all of this DLC being quality of life stuff and most of it being stuff that already existed in the game, just getting interactivity added onto it, feels like this is stuff that they had planned, and then they were told they had to do a season pass, and they were like, fuck, well, we're not done development yet, and they're like, we don't have to delay the game, we can just make it DLC.
Yeah, like they've gotten used to that process, like, oh, we'll just add it as DLC somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
Weird. I mean, hey, the game has a couple nice characters that are fun to hang out with, and it's got very strong sense of separated core game loops, those plates that you spin that are in different parts of the game, and some nice menus. Those are all very, very good things that I cannot take from Fire Emblem Three Houses specifically.
It has Hubert.
It's got Hubert. You can go watch a YouTube video and get all of those social links.
Yeah, you could.
They don't change, so...
All right, and speaking of quality of life changes, just real
Oh
quick,
yes, let's continue this riveting conversation of quality of life changes.
So at the very least, these are not DLC, but are just built
Yay!
into the game. For Pokemon Sword and Shield,
Oh,
they
sick.
announced that you will be able to access your PC boxes from almost anywhere. They showed off a new trailer. In Pokemon Let's Go, you were pretty much able to do that, except it was a clusterfuck. Because you would just catch Pokemon and they would just get dumped into this a bag, basically.
This
They
is
would just-
Pokemon Go.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Everyone
But
get in the bag.
But in Sword and Shield, it's just like your PC boxes, so you can actually like not
Parse
just-
it.
Yeah, you can parse it. It's like you can actually put things where you want to put them. So that's nice.
Oh, that's really great. Okay, I'm glad that, Pokemon Go kind of has given us something, right? That's a great quality of life change.
Yeah. They also announced that you will be able to change the nature of your Pokemon with mints.
Hey, fantastic.
Yeah. So you don't if you're like me and you look for a bunch of shiny Pokemon, but you find it and it's a bad nature, well, you don't got to worry about that because you could just change the nature now, which means that you can really just take any Pokemon and make it competitively viable. Just do that.
You can just say, "Oh, John? Did you eat an asshole mint? Because you're being a real butthead today. Can you go eat a nice mint, and then you're like nice now?"
And then I'm just like, yeah, I can, and then I do it, and then I'm like, hey, what's up, and everyone's okay.
Ah, that's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
You can just change their entire personality with a mint.
Yeah. Also, this one's pretty interesting. If you have a Pokemon that is in the same species, but one of them knows an egg move and the other one doesn't, you can actually transfer egg moves between the two Pokemon.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which, if you don't know, egg moves are moves that can only be taught to a Pokemon by breeding. So, for example, if this is probably not true. I'm just kind of pulling this out of my ass, but like Skitty, like you could breed a Skitty and a Meowth, and Skitty can normally not learn Payday, but maybe by breeding it with a Meowth, it can learn Payday. Or its offspring can learn Payday. But so then you could then take that Skitty that knows Payday and then put it in the daycare with another Skitty that doesn't know Payday, and when you pull those two Skitty out, the second Skitty will probably know Payday now.
Oh, baby Skitty can teach Mama Skitty how to Payday.
Yeah, so you can do stuff like that. It's interesting. And then finally, they also announced that there will be EXP candy. So, you know how in every other Pokemon game there are the rare candies that just boosted you up one level. Well, this time, there are just candies that give you, like, chunks of experience. So you can get multiple levels for each candy.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, like, it gives you less than a level. I was like, oh, that's not as great.
I mean, it depends on how much experience you need. Like, I mean, they showed a candy that gave you, like, 30,000 experience. And, I mean, like, if you feed that to, like, a level 1 Pokemon, that'll bump it up to, like, a level 20-something. But if you give that to, like, a level 60 Pokemon, that might raise it only, like, 1 or 2 levels, Like, it's relative, but it should be better than just using rare candies most of the time.
That's cool. I also heard from you that if you get a Pokemon traded to you that doesn't have a nickname, that you can actually give it its first nickname.
Yes, that is also true.
Oh, I didn't even see that. That's great.
Yeah, so, if someone, like, if you're having someone breed Pokemon for you, and you're just like, yeah, just send it over, or whatever, and then it comes over and it doesn't have a nickname yet, you get to choose the nickname yourself. You don't have to be like, yeah, you have to nickname it for me and then send it over. Like, you can do it yourself. But it's the only downside is that it's only once. You can only change the nickname once.
Well, I get it right on the first time every time. I don't need more than once anyway.
Nobody's really changing nicknames that often, so it's, it's fine.
I love the new meta of just only trading Pokemon that have been nicknamed their actual Pokemon name.
Oh,
so like
I don't think that counts.
All lowercase Charmander, like you're stuck with this now.
want to beat your ass.
They're gonna thumbs down you. That would be so great if you could, like, rate your traders and battlers. No, it wouldn't be great, but it would be like... it'd be just like Death Stranding, where you can do that. You can rate people's constructions.
I'm gonna dislike this trade because you sent me a Grookey that's named Grokey, like with an A.
Grunky.
Yeah, Grunky.
Ugh.
Ugh, foul. Alright, y'all ready to move on to questions?
Yeah.
Already?
Alright. Yeah.
Let's do it.
If you want to send in questions, go to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. Let's see here. Rose, you actually sent in a question.
Oh, yeah, I did before I thought it was there.
Welcome, Rose, to your own question.
Yeah, we can still talk about it.
That's awesome.
Talk about it. You said you got a little heated last night thinking about how Near Gestalt, which you spelt with the correct capitalization because you're a fucking dweeb.
That's a good game.
Thinking about how Near Gestalt is such a criminally misrepresented game, are there any other games you can think of that either wasn't given the respect it deserves or was ostracized for dubious or incorrect reasons?
This is because I was getting really mad, you know? Like, the fishing thing in Nier isn't great, but, like, it, like, completely warped people's perceptions of what that game was. And, like, really did it dirty, because it is probably the best game released in that 5-year period. In terms of, like, advancing the genre. And
how do you feel that Justin McElroy basically just single-handedly killed that game's popularity?
Why do you think I hate the McElroys? McElroys, I don't even know. Yeah, that's the main reason. Which is a shame, because I think some of the things he's did on the Giant Bomb stuff are funny, but then I think about that, and I think about how all the Giant Bomb people and every critic just repeats everything he's ever said constantly when talking about that game, and I go a little feral.
How could people not... How could people have played Near Gestalt and not been like, what the fuck am I playing? And how can I get more of this? And then they, like, play New Game Plus, and they're like, oh, I can't get more of this. It's something else now. And, like, watching this game transform in their hands. The game's really good.
It's because Justin McElroy gave it 0. What? He gave it a 0 because he couldn't do the fishing minigame because he's stupid.
Is that what happened?
That's what happened, and it was for a major outlet at the time, so everyone was just like...
Joystick.
Everyone was just like, oh, I believe this. I'm not going to play the weird Japanese game because every game journalist was really racist back then.
Oh, there's that part at the very beginning with the fishing minigame that's not totally easy to get into. I know it.
It's really easy, it's just the game misleads you.
Yes. Yep. It's like, hey, go fishing here, and there's no fish in that spot. But you go around the corner and to the beach.
You just press A, and then you get the fish.
Yeah. No, I remember being really stuck there and just having to consult the walkthrough.
He couldn't do that. He literally wrote a review that's like multiple paragraphs long about how much he hates it because of that.
Aww. I hope he gets to go back to it someday and be like, oh...
No.
Okay.
When Nier Automata came out, they put a mackerel in the game, and he literally said that they have a good sense of humor because they put in the mackerel because they were talking about him. Even though the mackerel is just a normal fucking fish that you put in the game.
That's a normal fish.
I hate them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all the listeners out there who like the McElroys. You're fine. It's just I hate all of them.
You're gonna sweep Griffin into this?
Okay, you're right. I was about to say, except for Griffin, he's fine from everything that I've heard.
Because I was gonna say you have your reasons for Justin and Travis.
Who can like Travis?
Yeah, exactly. So Griffin's probably fine.
The lovably unlikable one. Every family has one, and if you don't know which one is in your family, you might be the Travis of your family.
Don't say that to anyone. That's too mean.
God. All right, but I don't know. I can't really answer this. I feel like most of the games that I dig are just games that other people dig. I don't know.
There's one game.
64?
There's one game that is criminally underrepresented in the discourse that everyone should be talking about because it is a historic landmark in the rock, paper, scissors genre and in the cyberpunk genre. And that's Milo's Astro Lanes for the Nintendo 64.
That's a fucking video game. Holy shit. I haven't thought about that game in years.
Have you ever seen Milo's Astro Lanes for the Nintendo 64?
Yeah, but what the fuck are you smoking, dog?
Game
What are you doing?
ruled. You could do so
Oh,
much in that
shit.
game, and you could. There's so many weird like courses that you could go on, and you could like trick your little brother into playing with you, and they don't have any idea what the hell is happening, and so they just throw it in the gutter every time, and you're just like, oh, bud, why did you pick Milo? You got to pick Anuki. Anuki's the best character in this game, and like. You use the boosters, and that gives you even more power-ups, and then you just use power-ups on your little brother every single time you roll the ball, so that you always get a strike, and they get so mad. I mean, I don't see what the problem is. It's incredible. Nobody's talking about this incredible game of bowling that is essentially just rock, paper, scissors. You can turn their ball tiny. Do you know how... Do you know how emasculating it is when your older brother turns your ball tiny?
I don't. I'm going to be honest with you. I've played this game before. You're a goddamn animal, so I can't believe you with this. I can't even believe that anyone would even remember that this game existed, if I'm being honest with
I
you.
have no
Holy
idea
shit.
where the fuck this came from.
They were going to bring it to Japan.
Oh, did they not, actually?
Oh, you know what's a weird... This is entirely unrelated, but this just made me think of it. Something I wanted to say with Atelier that's really incredible is I found out that one of the PS1 Atelier games, they ported it to the Dreamcast in a double pack or something with a newer Atelier game. And on the disc, if you put it in your computer, it had that virus that on Christmas Eve just killed your computer.
What?
And they had to recall the game.
Oh, God.
I forget what that virus is called.
Yeah, no, I remember that. Yeah. That's wild.
Was it the I Love You virus? Was that what it was?
I don't remember. It was one of those kind of things. Alright, let's see here. We got two separate questions. One of them from Harlequin Wheels, and then another one from an anonymous person who both pretty much asked the same thing. I'll read both of them. Wheels just asked, what's your favorite and or most inexplicable use of product placement in a game? And Anonymous asked, what is your favorite non-Monster Energy piece of product placement in a game? For me, it has to be either Calorie Mate in MGS3 or Regain in MGS4. And obviously this is being asked because Death Stranding has that fucking Monster Energy shit in it, which is really funny.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
I saw a combination of I respect this and I like it conceptually, but what the thing was, or like what the subject matter ultimately is, takes it away like a lot of points for it from me, and you'll understand why when I say it. I saw that in Death Stranding at one point. You get a mission to find ancient or like old humanity tech or something like that, or like old files of humanity that can help explain like how to understand what's going on, and it's the soundtrack to the first God of War game.
What?
When you find it, it's like the soundtrack, or maybe it was God of War 2 or something, I don't know. Either way, that's what you find, and like conceptually that's really fucking good, but
it's God of War.
it's God of War. So
Wow. Out of everything you could have put there.
Well, because like there's a bunch of references, like there's God of War shit, and like I saw they just patched the BB into Days Gone for some reason, which is
yeah, remember that game?
Yeah.
Sony's off their ass.
You want to get to my last question? There's a game that was ostracized for dubious or incorrect region. Days Gone.
Days Gone.
I would say that's more misrepresented as a game that anyone gave a shit about.
Yeah.
That's the misrepresentation.
There was nothing else to talk about for 7 days.
Yeah. My favorite dumb product placement. I mean, yeah, it's just really easy to think of Metal Gear, because, like, my first thought is, like, in fucking Peace Walker with, like, the Axe body spray and the Doritos, where they're like they claim that like fucking MSF like invented Mountain Dew and Doritos for like no reason. They just claim that. Like that's probably my favorite.
What about the Verizon billboards in Alan Wake?
That's
What?
pretty funny.
Are they just billboards that are just like,
Yeah, they just say Verizon, and his phone says Verizon, and he has Energizer batteries in his flashlight, I think.
Well, I mean, those just keep going, so he
It
needs
just
those.
keeps going. But it's really funny when you're going down the hall, because that game was supposed to be an open world game at one point. It's really funny when you're like walking past this like large highway and there's just a giant billboard that says Verizon. There's just something really funny about it to me.
It is very funny.
I'm trying to think of ones that aren't just like that's the whole thing, like Pepsi Man or like the Chex mix, Chex Quest.
Oh, the perfect cup.
The
In Final Fantasy 15, that's the best one.
Oh,
That's the best one, hands down, I
perfect
think.
cup.
That's, like, everything about that quest is incredible, and the delivery on Noctis saying, I know I sure will, or whatever. It's like, it's fucking... Everything in FF15 that they do that's like that. Like, the fact that you can walk by stores in FF15 and there's American Express stickers on the wall, which is like a whole kettle of worms that you just need to, like, consider now. Like, American Express in the fantasy world? America exists? Okay. Why? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
That-
okay.
Yeah?
Hang on. I have the ultimate answer. Darkened Sky.
What?
You all remember that one, right?
No.
No.
That is an RPG made by a company called Boston Animation. That is
Oh,
the
now I do.
official
Yes.
RPG Skittles game.
I forgot
Play as a
about
character
that.
named Sky, and she does not use guns. She uses magic that is based on Skittles.
Oh, amazing. Thank you. God. That was it good or was it garbage? Which one was it?
I mean, I haven't played it, but according to Wikipedia here, the review aggregate website Metacritic says that it has received mixed reviews.
I think it should have better reviews than that. There's one in my head that I just can't remember, but it probably doesn't matter. Final
Yeah.
Fantasy stuff is just always funny.
I keep coming back to Lightning in Final Fantasy 13 selling Louis Vuitton
Hey,
stuff. It was great. But then all of a sudden you just reminded me that there was 2 weeks ago we played on the Nintendo Wii the Purina Cat Chow official cat game where you buy cat food for your cat and then you make it sing songs and play with it with a laser pointer to get more money to buy more cat food.
that's fucking twisted.
Yeah, I had to spend all week dealing with the stupid Purina Cat Chow cat game because apparently the music that they used kept flagging the copyrights on YouTube. Even though it was all sung by cats. It was literally just a woman going meow 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 to stuff that I thought was like kind of fine and legit.
Public domain.
I
yeah.
thought this was public domain, and then he starts doing Torino from oh god, what's the musical? The opera, Carmen. Torino. I don't remember how you pronounce it. And apparently, that is super not okay to do Carmen on YouTube, even if you meow every word of it, and also sometimes miss notes. It's stupid Purina cat food got me again this week.
God.
Yeah,
All right.
great question.
One last question, and then we'll wrap this up. This is from Anonymous, and if you want to send in a question, it's videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. I'll handle this one, folks. Anonymous asks, is Sakurai's statement on Mai Shiranui political or just a joke?
Oh yeah,
So-
it totally is.
it's
I'm not going to clarify
I mean,
that. Just pick whichever one you agree with on that, and just say, and Solon says, "Yep, that's the one."
yeah, there you go. I mean, I don't know. I do want to just kind of mention that
What are you
there
thinking
was
about that
some,
though? Yeah.
I mean, more just that some frustrating shit about that stuff. During the stream, Sakurai made a joke because they couldn't put Mai Shiranui in the background, and he said, "Oh, we couldn't put her in because Smash Bros is for good boys and girls," and that's what was said on the English stream. And some guy who works for SNK tried to say that Sakurai didn't say that in the Japanese version, even though he 100% did. Like, he said something slightly different. He said he did mention that, like, oh, it would have made the Sero rating go up. So we don't want to, like, we want good boys and girls to play the game. So he still made a little joke there. But he, also mentioned the Sero rating. But that dude from SNK was trying to be like, he just said the Sero rating, that's all. Which
He
is
didn't
just,
mean
like, a
anything by
blatant
it.
lie. And, like, doesn't mean anything. And I don't know what the fuck that dude's problem is. But
I think an interesting point that was brought up about this, people went back to look at the Best Master Wii U interviews where Sakurai was talking about like dealing with CEO, RO, and like I think he raised a good point in that, which is like, while there's absolutely should be a consideration for like whatever is deemed like appropriate content in a game, like the fact that like what is focused on firstly is like a woman's body or whatever instead of like guns or like violence is like a serious issue.
There's an interview where he was talking about like how like they would send the game in for rating and they would be like, oh, like Wonder Pink's panties in like on the trophy are visible if you do this like really really slight he was talking about how they had to edit a bunch of trophies because they just kept finding like little tiny hints of panties, and he was like and he was just like basically just like, y'all are the ones that are looking that hard, like we didn't and he was just like, this shouldn't be that big of a deal, especially when like there's guns and all that. And I agree. I think it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Like I'm sure they're doing their best to cover it up as much as possible. They're not just trying to like show off ass to children, which I mean, that's why they didn't put Mai in. Like I'm sure they were just like, yeah, look, like we put this character in. She's a little bit she's provocative, and if they're trying to keep the rating down, like they're probably gonna have to do that. Like same thing as how they couldn't keep that Tharia trophy in Smash for 3DS. Like, yeah, they got to get rid of that because of the rating. Like, it's understandable, but also like people shouldn't be that fucking obsessive about it.
I thought it was really interesting hearing his perspective. And I know this was an old interview, but just having it come up again, because it made it sound like he'd send out Smash Bros to like all the different ratings people. So Peggy and ESRB and Sero, and he would get it back from the West, and they would be like, "Hey, cool, thanks for not blowing up anyone's heads in this. Here's an E rating." And then he would get it back from Japan, and they would be like, "So we turned over every single trophy to see if the physics on people's outfits would let us see certain parts of them." And it was like, okay, yeah, this is a very different, like, there's a big cultural difference here that Sakurai is going after. On the other side, I really don't know what they would do with Mai Shiranui, because his whole goal is to make it so it's as, like, a good representation of that character and why they are important as possible. And so how would you compromise Mai Shiranui?
Mai Shiranui was literally designed because they figured out how to do like good bounce mechanics on sprites. So they were like, we need to make the biggest possible titties to bounce. Like, that's just what they did. And like that's fine, but yeah, like for Smash Brothers, I mean, like, people were trying to say, like, oh, Bayonetta's in, like, Zero Suit Samus and all that, like, yeah, they're sexy, but they're also not just constantly bouncing their boobs, like, I understand why they can't do it, and, like, I also understand why people like Mai. Like, Mai is a fun character, she's fun, and that's why she's enjoyable in King of Fighters, and all these other games, and that's why she's in fucking Dead or Alive.
Yeah, honestly, I'm glad people are holding Sakurai on for this, just because no matter what choice that he made on either end of this, there was something that was gonna, kind of be weird about it. Obviously, there was no way that he could put Mai Shiranui as she is in the game as a loving homage, and so if he put her in but then somehow changed everything, that would be a whole other, like, bad idea. So, like, this is absolutely a really interesting just political moment that he was able to wave away with a very simple, like, kind of joke thing.
Yeah.
That a lot of people responded to really well. This could have gone way, way worse.
Yeah.
And all non-binary folks, you can play Smash however you want, and you can play with Mai Shiranui if you download it right now for $5 in the Fighter Pass. That's available to you.
Yeah, that's a secret. It's a secret mode where you just get Mai in the background, and she's just like,
Yeah.
just like, I support non-binary rights, and that's it. Yeah, she's like, I support non-binary rights, and also look at my gigantic tits.
She's got, like, a sweater on, yeah. You can still see her tits, but it's like, there's just a nice sweater that just says non-binary rights. For the good little non-binary folks.
Yeah. Alright, I think that does it for this week's show. Thank you two for being on. This was a delight.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you!
Is there anything y'all want to plug?
Chibi Robo.
Near Gestalt.
Plug them right in.
We're just talking
You
about...
can emulate it. I just want everyone to know. You can emulate a PS3 now. You can emulate Gestalt or Replicant. People made an English patch.
Wow.
Runs 60 FPS now if you have a good computer. I highly recommend it. Near Gestalt is probably my favorite game ever. It's not like playing the game itself isn't anything amazing, but it's not offensive either. It's really an experience. Spec Ops has nothing on that shit. That's what I'm gonna say. Spec Ops came out 2 years after Near Gestalt. It can't even hold a candle.
Wow. All right. I'll do the usual here. We got at VGCC is our Twitter. VideoGameChuchu.homer.com is our Tumblr. We got stuff going up on our Patreon. We got Chuchigotchery, which we're still keeping up with that. We got a new episode coming out soon. We got the Spyro Let's Play. Rose and I are still doing that. Still a great time. We just released a new free episode for you all. We have... we're doing Starlight Cars still here and there, but also the route is wrapping up. Part 1 of the route is up on Patreon right now. It'll be for free in a bit, and then we'll have part 2. And then you'll be able to listen to the ending of the route. And that is also ending, I guess I should mention, because we got a 3 for 3 in the past week here. Janie has left the building. So everyone go... I guess congratulate Janie from graduating from Chooch. She is she's doing her own thing. Obviously don't want her to be a stranger, but we're real proud of the work that she's done. Like, the route was a big thing for Chooch, for the Patreon, and we're very proud of the work that she did. So everyone go give a shout out to Janie. The route will be up on for patrons. The ending of the route will be up very soon. Go join our Discord server, thegamezone.zone, and go listen to Melt Channel /Magic Circuit at meltchannel.bandcamp.com, and Magic Circuit on Spotify, because they did our theme song Crush off of the album Magic is Real. That should do it, right? I'm not forgetting anything?
I think that's everything, yeah.
Awesome. Alright, well then we will be back next week with another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo Podcast. So long!